Hello and welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us. A Sunday night accident that sent 4 people to the hospital remains under investigation today by the Tennessee Highway Patrol. The accident occurred just after 10 o'clock on Highway 63 near the Hillbilly Sawmill. Reports state that a black Toyota and a Ford Mustang were 2 vehicles involved in the head-on collision. 4 Lifestar helicopters had to be landed to transport the patients to the University of Tennessee Medical Center. The conditions of the 4 victims are unknown at this time. The names of those involved are not going to be released until the official report is completed by the investigating trooper with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. We will continue to follow this story and bring you more information on LMU Community TV News Weekend Edition. According to the Kentucky State Police, Basil Gilpin was arrested in Maynardville Thursday night. The KSP was searching for Gilpin for his alleged involvement in a pursuit that injured a trooper last Sunday. 38-year-old Gilpin of Harlan was arrested and held in the Claiborne County Jail on an unrelated charge. Police say that Gilpin had active warrants on him and was also wanted by the Bell County Sheriff's Office for endangerment, invading police, assault of a police officer, and several drug and traffic charges that followed the pursuit. Previously released by the Kentucky State Police, conducted a traffic checkpoint when a truck attempted to hit troopers and continued driving before bailing on foot. A trooper pursued Basil and a passenger on foot and sustained a non-life-threatening injury. He was airlifted to the University of Tennessee Medical Center for treatment of his injuries. No other information is available regarding Gilpin's arrest in Kentucky. Summer is quickly coming to a close, and with that, students, faculty, and staff will be back on campus and ready to kick off another school year. And with that, some changes can be expected to dining on campus. To tell us more about what we can expect, here is Chef Adam Gould with LMU Dining Services.
Service company Chartwell's coming in. There's a number of changes that have been made. These are all been proposed to the university for the upcoming semester, and they're in conference right now to make sure things will change. For instance, brunch hours for Saturday and Sunday will start at 10 o'clock and go to 1 o'clock to add some time there. Campus grounds will now be up to 7 to 7 Monday through Thursday and 7 to 5 on Friday, closed Saturday. WOW is now no longer part of the concept. It's now going back to the Splitters Club as it was before WOW. It's more like a college club sort of understanding. You know, like I said, there's fresh salads, there's going to be chicken burgers and so forth and so on. It's not going to be as rigid. We'll be allowed to push some, because some of the ideas that WOW had weren't well received by the students, and I know interest sort of lagged there towards the end. So this will allow a little more freedom, not only for us to put different short-term ideas in there, but also take some of the students' ideas and integrate them into the system, which should keep interest up a little bit. A new idea that Chartwell's has is at the end of every semester, there'll be a number of concepts, a number of cuisines that the students will be allowed to vote on, and the winning cuisine will be the setup for the next semester's retail unit. So, we would be like an Italian, a Greek, or a Thai, whichever's voted gets the most votes. That will be the concept for the next semester, which I think is pretty neat. Now, we also have proposed a menu exchange, where if students are unable to make the lunch and dinner hours for the for the dining hall, between 1:30 and 4:30, they'll be able to go upstairs and use, between 1:30 and 4:30 and 7 to 10, will be to go upstairs and use their card as a swipe and eat in the retail unit. So it wouldn't cost any points, just be an extension of their meal plan to offer a better opportunity for them to get something to eat.
You can also visit their updated website, which is www.dineoncampus.com/LMU. There you will be able to find out exactly what you can expect in the upcoming year when it comes to dining here on campus. This past Saturday, Lincoln Memorial University officially launched the tobacco-free campus policy, prohibiting all tobacco use on LMU property. According to LMU President B. James Dawson, the university has made great strides in fostering a healthy environment for its students, faculty, staff, and visitors, but this is perhaps its greatest commitment to the health of this learning community. There is no denying the long-term health hazards that may accrue to people who use tobacco products or who are subjected to secondhand smoke. The tobacco-free campus policy prohibits the use of tobacco products on LMU properties, LMU-affiliated off-campus locations, and clinics, and any buildings owned, leased, or rented by LMU in all other areas. The policy applies to all faculty, staff, students, contractors, and visitors, and the policy is in effect 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The policy covers the personal use of any tobacco products. Additionally, electronic cigarettes or any other nicotine delivery through vapor devices are also prohibited. Fines and citations will not be a part of the basic enforcement or the policy. However, the discipline policies can be applicable. They shall be invoked if necessary. The university will provide assistance to faculty, staff, and students who may wish to stop using tobacco. Students can reach out to Student Services, and faculty and staff can contact the Department of Human Resources for more information about tobacco cessation resources. We want to send out a thank you to everyone who came out to the University Medical Clinic ribbon cutting this past Saturday. There was an excellent turnout even with the hot weather. Those who were in attendance heard speeches from Dr. Pete DeBus, Dr. Michael Whiting, and Dr. Nicole Shields. Their new location in New Tazewell is the former home to Radio Shack and CNC Office Supply. The new location features 18 patient exam rooms, a well waiting area, as well as a sick waiting area. In addition to primary care, UMC services includes pediatric care, women's health, early prenatal care, smoking cessation, sports medicine, osteopathic manipulation, and rehabilitation, along with those childhood and adult immunization injections, allergy shots, on-site laboratory studies, and x-ray services are provided. The UMC is operated by LMU DCOM and has the two locations, one in Harrogate and in New Tazewell. Both facilities are open to the public, and appointments may be made by calling 423-869-7193. Same-day appointments are also available, and most insurances are accepted. For more information on the University Medical Clinic, you can visit their website at www.lmu/umc.com. Now, coming up after the break, we are covering some big events that are coming up right here on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University, so don't go anywhere.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. Lincoln Memorial University's Women of Service will host Service, Sweets, and Style for Scholarships fashion show on Thursday, August 20th at 6 p.m. in Tex Turner Arena. The fashion show will feature clothing from retailers such as Belk, Signature Sweets, Southern Blessings, Boutique, and many more. LMU students, staff, and friends will serve as models, and shopping will be available in the upper concourse of the arena. Harrogate City Mayor Linda Fultz will be awarded the First Woman of Service Award during the event for her service to the community. Tickets are $10 for students, $20 for adults, and may be purchased at the door or in advance from LMU's Division of University Advancement or from a Women of Service member. For more information on tickets or sponsoring a table, you can call 423-865-6255 or 423-869-6394. The Duncan School of Law has a new dean. Tennessee Supreme Court Justice Gary R. Wade has accepted an offer to become Dean and Vice President of the Lincoln Memorial University John J. Duncan Jr. School of Law. President B. James Dawson introduced Wade as dean last Monday at the Southern Association of Law Schools Conference in Boca Raton, Florida. Wade announced just 2 Fridays ago that he would be retiring from the Tennessee Supreme Court in September following 9 years on the state's highest court. Wade was elected by his fellow justices to serve a two-year term as Chief Justice in September of 2012. He was re-elected to the Supreme Court last year in a retention election. Wade and his wife of 44 years, Sandy, have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. These past few weeks have been packed with several new faces across the campus, so let's take a look at some of the events that have been going on.
I'm Crawford here with LMU Community TV News, and I have
Tyler Wilson.
All right. And Tyler is a first day medical student here, and we're going to see how his first day is going. Tyler, how has your first day been?
It's been great. It's been really nice. It's hot. I'm sweating. This little bit of nerves and a little bit of humidity, but it's going well. They're treating us like a family. So.
Oh, that's really great. How long have you been here today?
Well, I moved down here on Saturday, but we've been here this morning since about 7:30.
Okay, great. So that's a long day for you. Yeah, and so this is your first day as a med student, correct?
That's right. That's right.
And what are you really expecting from med school?
Well, I'm expecting to occasionally get outside these first 2 years, but it's going to be a lot of books, but a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
That's really great. Optimistic. How did you hear about DCOM?
Well, I'm actually from Bristol, Tennessee, just a couple hours down the road, and so I would be shadowing different doctors, and around that area there's a bunch of residents from LMU, so I actually talked to some of those students that have been through and sold me, so here I am.
All right, great. Well, thank you for the interview, and good luck on your first day.
We look forward to hearing from more students that are moving onto campus and getting started here at Lincoln Memorial University in the upcoming weeks. A big congratulations to all of the students moving in on campus. Now we are going to turn to a segment that is brought to you by the Veterinary Technology Program right here on the LMU campus.
Hello, my name is Leah Jesse, and I'm a veterinary health science major here at LMU. I'm here to tell you, spring is finally here, which means warm weather, baby animals, and gardening. Although gardening can be fun for most, pet owners need to know that some plants can be toxic to their pets. Common garden and household plants that can be hazardous to your pet's health include tulips, daffodils, lilies, and aloe vera. Symptoms of plant poisoning can include vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, and even death. To keep your pets safe, ensure that all suspect plants are kept away from at-risk animals. If you believe that your pet may have ingested a poisonous plant, please seek the advice of a veterinary professional immediately. Ask a veterinarian what plants are toxic and what you can do to keep your babies safe this spring.
And we would like to thank the Veterinary Technology Program for their pet tips, and we look forward to doing more of those in the future. Now, after the break, sports anchor Adam Haley is going to bring you the latest, including a race in NASCAR to the final camp that is taking place here at Lincoln Memorial University. That and more is right after this break.
Getting out of the military, I was missing this camaraderie.
It's frustrating when you try and talk to people that don't understand.
I would be talking, but I wasn't there with them. You just feel so alone.
I still had the anger, I still had the addictions, but we didn't talk about that.
Came to a point where it's like, okay, I really need to talk to somebody about this.
Family more or less encouraged me, go to the VA, you're a veteran, see what they can do to help you.
When you have family, friends, when you have the facilities like the VA and the Vet Center, it gives me, it gives others encouragement to keep moving forward.
It's okay to go get help. It's okay to talk to people, because it takes true strength to ask for help.
Talking with other veterans was the best method for learning the roadmap to success.
Hear veterans' real stories of strength and recovery at maketheconnection.net.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly. Tiana gave her pet the royal treatment. Belle found beauty where no one else did. And you can too. Share your heart. Share your love. Bring home your forever friend. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back. We will start by taking a left turn in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, where the Sprint Cup Series was for the Windows 10 400. Now, if you've been watching the news for the past couple of weeks, you know that the team to beat has been Joe Gibbs Racing, and the man to beat recently has been Kyle Busch. Coming into the weekend, Busch had won 3 straight races and 4 out of the last 5, but was still looking to get into the top 30 in the points, which would cement him in the chase. He started the weekend off continuing his hot streak by winning the pole. However, it was Roger Penske driver Joey Logano who was the class of the field, leading 97 of the 160 laps, and was looking like he was going to drive off to his second win of the season. That was until disaster struck late. Logano was out in front by over a second with 2 laps to go when he ran out of gas and had to coast to pit road in a 20th place finish. With Logano out of fuel, it left the door open for the second place driver, which just so happened to be Kyle Busch. And just when it looked like Busch was going to drive off with his 4th straight win, he took the white flag and then he ran out of gas. Busch would coast along to a 21st place finish, which would keep him in 32nd place in the points, 13 points behind David Gilliland and on the outside of the chase. With Logano and Busch running out of gas, it was up to Matt Kenseth, who had been running in 3rd place and conserving enough fuel to come around and get the checkered flag for his second win of the season. Brad Keselowski took 2nd, followed by Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Greg Biffle. The Sprint Cup Series will stay in the Northeast this weekend when they'll travel to Watkins Glen, New York for the Cheez-It 355 at the final road course race of the season. Back on campus, LMU men's basketball coach Josh Schertz and his crew are putting a bookend on the summer camps with their senior elite camp. We caught up with assistant coach Cam Wicker Monday morning about not only this camp, but also the previous camps from the summer.
This year we've done team camp, we've done individual camp, we have a senior elite camp that we're going to do. So camp's been great. We've had a lot of kids come through. We had over about 38 teams for team camp come in June, high school and middle school. We have a bunch of kids, I think 20 here today, for what we're calling our high intensity camp. That camp's kind of been geared towards the 5th through 12th grade age group, middle school and high school. Kind of gives kids a chance to be on the floor with college coaches, develop their game. A lot of them will be trying out for their middle school and high school teams, so it's a good way to get them out here and get them going for the season. So we're really excited about that. Heading into next year, we want to try to get this camp to grow, and we would like to see a lot more middle school and high school kids come out and really use this to tool their game and, to, like we said, work with the coaches. Coach Schertz is out here leading the drills. We use a lot of the drills that we do in practice for our team, so I think it's a good thing for all these kids to come out and get a chance to play.
Again, this is the final sports camp of the summer, as students will be arriving back on campus later this month, and the LMU athletic calendar will get started on September 4th, as both soccer teams will travel to face West Alabama and the volleyball team will travel to face USC Aiken. The Tennessee Smokies are back home this week for a 5-game set with the Southern League North leading Birmingham Barons that started on Sunday afternoon. The games will run Monday through Thursday, with all of them starting at 7:05 p.m. And don't worry, Smokies fans, if you can't make it out for one of those games, the Smokies will stay home for a 5-game set with the Jackson Generals starting on Friday and running through Tuesday of next week. To keep up to date with the Tennessee Smokies, you can log on to TennesseeSmokies.com. Now today we will continue our LMU Community TV Best Animated Movie Bracket. Last week we introduced the bracket with the round of 96. This week we'll find out what movies were lucky enough to draw a first round bye and what movies will be moving on. Now here's a teaser of the round of 64. How to Train Your Dragon versus Iron Giant.
How to Train Your Dragon.
All of my votes are irrelevant in this.
Lilo and Stitch versus Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Robin Hood.
2 and 2, and it comes down to Jessica.
Robin Hood.
No, I really, like, this one is...
Robin Hood has the best music, best characters, the highest stakes. There would be no Wes Anderson without Robin Hood. I don't know if you care about that, but...
Lilo and Stitch has Robin Hood,
yeah,
Little John
Lilo and
running through
Stitch
the
is
forest.
so cute. Oh my god.
It's
Look at that
a
movie.
blue alien that acts like a dog.
Yeah.
Which is adorable.
Robin Hood is full of other animals acting like people.
It's all animals acting like people.
It's like Ohana, man. Ohana
It's
means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten.
Well put.
Where's my teacher?
As per the words of Lilo.
Lilo and Stitch. Like, he just totally, like...
I didn't have anything to go against that.
I should be a politician, man. I'm persuasive.
There you go. Hey, if you're going to use things like that...
That's fair game.
Really...
That's the best part of the movie, man. That's moving.
Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. The full video can be seen on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/LMUTV. And next week, we'll take a look at the round of 32. Now, coming up after the break, we will find out if Tom Cruise and Simon Pegg's new Impossible Mission was good enough to outlast a vacation and a Marvel superhero when Joseph Lewis brings us the box office report when we return with more LMU Community TV News.
She couldn't wait.
She had imagined the day for as long as she could remember.
The anticipation had been building.
The shopping, the dress, the jewelry.
Celebrating with her friends would be the sign that they had finally made it.
Only she didn't make it.
According to MAD.org, teen alcohol use kills 4,700 people each year. That's more than all illegal drugs combined.
Car crashes are the leading cause of death for teens, and about a quarter of those crashes involve an underage drinker.
Don't add to these statistics.
Take a stand against underage drinking.
The future is in your hands.
One.
Two.
Me.
1 in 3 teens in the U.S. is a victim of abuse by a dating partner.
Numbers are important in sports, but now the number we want is 0. 0 victims, 0 offenders, no more.
We make up a larger team, Abe's team.
We're asking you to join Abe's team and be a part of No More.
So maybe you're wondering, what does it take to be on Abe's team?
Active bystander efforts. Step in when you see someone needs help.
Ask what you can do. Believe victims. Extend your support.
Act better everywhere and expect your friends to do so too.
Always be enthusiastic, especially in obtaining consent.
Avoid belligerent egos who coerce, bully, or threaten.
Alcohol brings error, and I will not leave a friend behind.
Join Abe's team and say no more. Let's be #AbeHealthy.
Lincoln once said, "When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. And that is my religion." In the spirit of Lincoln, let us support one another to do good. Join Abe's team and be Abe healthy by participating in active bystander efforts.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops of the box office this weekend were led by Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, opening to $56 million, making for the second biggest debut for the franchise thus far, as well as the biggest debut for a Tom Cruise vehicle in a decade. Following at number 2 was newcomer Vacation, starting its run with $14.5 million, an adequate but somewhat underwhelming beginning considering the series' history, the star power of Ed Helms and Christina Applegate, and the litany of cameo appearances featured heavily in the film's marketing. And rounding out the top 3 was Marvel's Ant-Man, adding another $12.5 million onto its now $132 million domestic gross. Meanwhile, Minions drew more viewers to the tune of $12 million, and Pixels, Trainwreck, and Southpaw continued to do moderate business. Older, highly successful releases like Jurassic World and Inside Out are on the downswing, while the much-hyped John Green adaptation Paper Towns seemingly never had a chance against these heavy hitters, its total gross now sitting at a low $23 million. Though there's not much of a market for smaller, more niche-oriented films at this point in the year, Mr. Holmes distinguishes itself as an exception. Bill Condon directs and Ian McKellen stars in this dramatic riff on the Sherlock Holmes mythology that has quietly accumulated $10 million domestically since its July 17th opening. In review this week is Pixels, a new comedy from Adam Sandler's Happy Madison Productions, in which aliens interpret a NASA time capsule as a declaration of war and launch their own preemptive strike against Earth in the form of classic retro video games including Galaga, Pac-Man, and Donkey Kong. Adam Sandler stars as America's first line of defense, an apathetic former video game master turned low-level software installer, tapped by his best friend, the inept, illiterate U.S. president, played by Kevin James. Josh Gad and Game of Thrones' Peter Dinklage co-star as Sandler's old competition from his gaming days, along with Michelle Monaghan as a military weapons developer who finds herself involved in an unexpected flirtation with Sandler's character. Though Pixel's central concept has already been covered on a smaller scale by Futurama and by the Patrick Jean short film from which it takes its name, the inherent joy of seeing such an absurd, imaginative idea brought to life with big visuals and elaborate special effects is undeniable. The film is directed by Chris Columbus, previously responsible for the first 2 Harry Potter films, as well as comedies such as Home Alone and Mrs. Doubtfire, and he has exactly the right sensibility to balance the film's comic elements with its more left-field flights of fantasy. On the level of nostalgic throwback, Pixels works, but what holds it back from being a glorious manifesto of geek culture in the vein of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is its writing. The script is penned by frequent Sandler collaborators Tim Hurley and Timothy Dowling, and its tendency toward uninspired juvenile humor leads to a lot of screaming and a lot of name-calling, along with out-of-place sexual humor and plenty of mean-spirited jokes directed at women and minorities. Essentially, it's precisely the kind of lazy material that has occupied Adam Sandler's career for the last several years. He and James are basically phoning it in, while Josh Gad goes over the top at every given opportunity. Michelle Monaghan is also mostly wasted as the obligatory female lead/love interest, leaving Peter Dinklage as the only cast member who comes out unscathed. He makes of his character an arrogant, narcissistic clown based on real-life gaming champion Billy Mitchell, and everything about his character's silly haircut, ridiculous accent, and bizarre one-liners and non-sequiturs is hysterical. Pixels has been given an all-points lashing by most critics and has fared almost as poorly at the box office, so while it's nice to discover that the film aspires to more than being a stupid Adam Sandler movie, it is still, in the end, a stupid Adam Sandler movie. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
And hello, we're back. So we were just talking. We're a few weeks out from high school football.
We are 2 weeks away from the state of Kentucky starting high school football. It'll be Middlesboro versus Bell County. 3 weeks away from high school football here in Claiborne County when Claiborne takes on Union County and Cumberland Gap takes on Hancock County.
Very excited for that. So I think that's going to do it for us unless we come back again. So hopefully you'll join us Thursday.
I'm Adam Haley.
And for everyone behind the scenes, I'm Ashley Hurley.